National Football League on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll see DK Metcalf. And with him, any catch could be a big one. He's the NFL leader in touchdown receptions. It's the Panthers and the Saints coming up next.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be... Jameis going to look to throw right away. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play. On 1st and 10, Winston. Open man is the tight end, Troutman. Oh, he sheds himself free. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A big play there on the catch and run, and it'll move the chains. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And just one man in the backfield here. That's Kamara, 2nd and goal. He's going to get it again. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Now Winston. Touchdown, Saints. Adam Troutman, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints are on the board first here this afternoon. Zerline good with a PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. 5 plays there on that drive. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So here now are the Panthers for their first drive of the game. They'll be led out by the former Cal Bear, Aaron Rodgers.
And what a game he is coming off of.
Oh, unbelievable.
Absolutely. And you know how much I love the history of the game. He broke a record held by the Dutchman, Norm Van Brockman, right? You got to go all the way back to 1951, and he threw for 554 yards.
And that's caught inside the 35. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Rodgers now on 1st down. Letting one go deep for the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Here's Rodgers to throw. And that is incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Henry looking for a signal, but none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Henry again. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Derrick Henry hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Panthers respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. And it's caught. He's got it. So they go for two. They convert, and along with it, they'll take an 8-7 lead. Well, they got down 7-zip. They said, we'll go for two, one up you, and they take the lead.
How about that for a little risk-reward, right? If you don't get it, you're only down a point. Let's go ahead and make a statement in this ball game, and that's exactly what they did.
No return here for Wilson. To touch back, it'll come out to the 25. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
The partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. On second down, Kamara. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And they still claim to the lead here. It's 10-8. So a good snap, a good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just what he used to hit a button.
Kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was a nice score.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown! DK Metcalf, 79 yards. And the Panthers are able to move back in front. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches, and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. But sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, third and long. Out of the gun now on third down. And that one complete to Hodgins. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Jameis to throw it. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. Touchdown! Adam Troutman with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Saints have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead. Zuerlein connects on the extra point. And with it, these guys take the lead here at that point. So that drive for 4 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago they scored. Remember, last drive was that one-play touchdown strike, so now they're looking to make it 3 for 3.
You know, I talked to a Hall of Famer one time about, hey, when you're on defense and these types of things are happening to you, what goes through your mind? And he told me at that point, it's not about schemes, it's not about what's called from the sideline. It's about players. Who's going to make a play, make a stand, and stop this offense from doing what they've been doing?
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Throwing is Rodgers. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Panthers at 8-2 on the year. And they come in as a team that looks like a well-oiled machine getting ready for the postseason. Winners at 8 of their last 10.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now Rodgers. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play. Panther football to start quarter number 2. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Now it's Rodgers. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have him looking at 3rd and 10. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. He finds Kittle going across the field. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as this defense, boy, a little too loose there. They give up a gain of... And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Curtis Samuel, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Panthers have yet again retaken the lead. Rodgers will throw for it. And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
No return here for Wilson. To touch back, it'll come out to the 25. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there. The Saints on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Jordan Berry out to punt on 4th down. Fielded just inside the 20. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And got his man complete. And all the way in for the touchdown. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Panthers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Hey, Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during...
The ball is out. Kamara fumbled it. And the Panthers have recovered. Anything to make of this or just a bad stretch? Because he had the 2 fumbles he lost last week and now a third.
It's a bad stretch, but it's one that he has to make sure he overcomes. This isn't on anyone else but him. Taking care of...
He's got it for a Panther touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Panthers continue to pull away here in this first half. They'll look to throw. And they're a perfect 5 for 5 now on 2-point conversions as he is in to get them 2 more. So they go with the pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
Alvin Kamara and the Saints set to start their next drive. He's had it working pretty well here in this first half up until that last drive when he put it on the turf, Charles.
So I don't think they wanted to overreact to that fumble because now you've got a guy that's played so well. You don't want to take him and limit his effectiveness by worrying about it too much. But it wouldn't surprise me at all if we saw him next week at meetings. He'd have a football with him at all times.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Again, it's Kamara. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They'll go draw here. Winston hands to Kamara. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Winston. The pass caught by Olave. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
That's good for a 6.
To throw is Winston. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Winston, a throw over the middle, taken in by Troutman. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 22-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Ready.
To the air again with Winston. And they're going to get him. He's sagged back around the 28. Shaq Thompson making his presence felt on the sack. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Winston on the check down. He finds Kamara. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. That's a corner that got in there for the sack. Dante Jackson. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front seven defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball in his hands a lot quicker.
So the 3 points there, CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Get a look at DK Metcalf as this offense returns to the field. He might be on his way to a record-setting performance. So good here. We're only in the second quarter.
And it's so interesting when we watch these types of days unfold for a receiver because they need a quarterback throwing it accurately, people to block for the quarterback, so many other
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown! Aaron Rodgers on fire, his 5th touchdown pass of the ball game, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Now Rodgers. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense, that's 2 points for them. But he identified an open target and put it right on there.
No return here for Wilson. It's a touchback. It'll come out to the 25. Winston now to throw on first down. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be second down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On 2nd and 10, Winston. He'll find his man, Laviska Shenault. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. On 1st and 10, Winston. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Winston to give. It's Kamara. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Barry on to punt as he gets this one away.
The Panthers take over.
Get a look at DK Metcalf as this offense returns to the field. He's the star wide receiver, and he's doing his thing so far here into the second quarter.
And how you get distinguished as a star is each and every week performing to a high level no matter what they throw at you because you're always wanting to take him out of the game if you're...
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown Panthers. DK Metcalf, 77 yards. And the Panthers have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Here's Rodgers to throw. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. That second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
That's complete to his running back, Kamara. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. A first down throw for Winston. Throw left side complete to Troutman. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. From the red zone now, Winston. to the goal line, but it's incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work,
he's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That'll be caught right side. Shenault with it. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
The Panthers going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. Rodgers now on 1st down. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, he still brings it in. Off the tip here on the deep shot. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Here's Rodgers. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, 5 weeks, they're over. We've once again got a full slate of games to get to as we take you around the NFL here in Week 12. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. And it's the Patriots leading that one in the second.
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest. All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. No return here for Patterson, so they'll begin things at the 25-yard line. Get a look at DK Metcalf as this offense returns to the field. And we get a peek at the kind of game he's having. It's been a good game. 8 catches now, Charles.
Everyone likes to spread the ball around. They want a lot of people to catch it and touch it, get a lot of guys involved. But sometimes when you have the hot hand or a person who is just really taking care of business in their part of the field, you have to keep going back to them.
And now Rodgers not pleased with the setup. He's going to take a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Throwing is Rodgers. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. It's caught inside the 25. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the Saints will take over here at their own 14-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Nakobe Dean able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Winston now. That's complete to Troutman right side. And he's out right at the 25. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Jameis to throw it. He'll find Hodgins there, complete. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Winston. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara, 32 yards. And the Saints are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Zerline good with a PAT. And that trims the lead a bit, but still standing at 26 points. After the touchdown, it's Zerline who'll kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Get a look at DK Metcalf as this offense returns to the field. And he is just 1 reception away from 10 in this game. I don't know what they need to do defensively, but something has to be altered, does it not?
I know that whenever we tried to cover a person who's having a game like this, you're trying to vary what you're doing.
This is caught at the 20. Touchdown. DK Metcalf, 76 yards. And the Panthers extend their lead yet again. And that, boys and girls, is an NFL record 6th touchdown reception. The record has stood since 1950. What a game.
How about that? Because so many things have to go right in order for it to happen. Not just him catching the passes. Someone delivering it accurately. Offensive line giving them time to throw the ball. a true team record, but he stands above it because he was on the receiving end of so many great plays.
They'll try and run it in with Henry. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes has a way of catching up with you.
And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now Winston. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. Here's Jordan Berry now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Get a look at DK Metcalf as this offense returns to the field. He's been almost impossible to bottle up. You see that number 10 on your screen, a big reason why they have the lead.
One of the guys is being featured in this game and making sure that he's targeted because they do trust him with the ball. That's why they go back to him time and time again.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Rodgers going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Rodgers going to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
A gain of 12. 1st down, Panthers.
Rodgers to throw once more. Bulldozes past him. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. Going up top for Kupp. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Cooper Kupp, 34 yards. And the Panthers continue to pour it on. They go up by 40 now. Rodgers will throw for it. And this is going to be caught. Well, not sure about the need to go for 2, but they get it and extend this lead out even further.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
Offense.
Yeah, we saw that one up here, CD. Offensive team, they touched that before it went 10 yards.
Obviously, such a fine line, letting it go the required 10 yards, but also getting to it before the hands team can. Just didn't time it out right, and that results in a flag.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 152 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. To throw is Winston. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Adam Troutman, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints are able to claw one back. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns.
After review of the play, ruling
So
on the
they
field
called it a
stands.
touchdown originally. This will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Zerline connects on the extra point. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Get a look at DK Metcalf as this offense returns to the field. A monster game so far, third quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guys open, putting it in the right spot. How about some credit for the receivers, though?
And that's caught inside the 35. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the... Back now here live in New Orleans. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Now it's Rodgers. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Saints are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. CD, I know from working with you that you're about as old school as they come. Your thoughts on throwing that ball from the 1-yard line?
Yeah, I just got done walking my dinosaur, as you well know, and ordinarily I'm screaming, run the football from the 1-yard line. But if you are going to throw it, just take extra care. That didn't happen there, and they turned the ball over.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. Here's Winston. Open man is the tight end Troutman. The 20. Touchdown, Saints. Adam Troutman, 72 yards. And the Saints get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. And a decisive advantage became even more decisive. They already had the win in hand, but they keep pressing the tempo, and they pile on with another touchdown reception.
Would you consider that touchdown a reward to all the tight ends on their roster for their effort today? Not just running the routes, but all the time they spent in the trenches, laying down blocks, doing the little things to help it succeed. And for doing all of that, they definitely want one of their tight ends to get a touchdown to really seal this blowout.
Taking it about the 1. On the return, here's a dangerous Cordero Patterson. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So here are the Panthers set to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That's caught at the 25. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. He completes it to Beckham. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. And now they're in the hurry-up.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. The quick slant caught. Touchdown, Panthers. Cooper Kupp, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers extend their lead, and they are about to get to a 9-2 record. They'll look to throw, and this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
No return here for Wilson. It's a touchback. It'll come out to the 25. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, their defense has really struggled. Jameis now on 1st down. Tries the left side and finds Olave. Finding room at midfield. Down the left sideline. Touchdown! Chris Olave. 75 yards. And the Saints are able to at least get one score back. Zuerlein now for the PAT. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And it's looking all the more likely that a 5th straight win is going to be in the cards. They'll try to run some time here with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Touchdown, Panthers. DK Metcalf, 28 yards. And the Panthers add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. They'll try and run it in with Henry. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. Only had a couple of yards to gain there on the 2-point conversion, and they were able to do it.
And how many teams shy away from running the football in the 2-point conversion? They treat 2 yards as if it were 20. If you're a good team running the ball, go to your strength. Go ahead and push it into the end zone.
Yeah, they did. It worked. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback. The New Orleans offense set to take over. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. A 1st down throw for Winston. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. That'll give him 8 that time. And they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. From the gun, Winston. And his throw is incomplete. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
But you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers getting together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
Catch is made by Metcalf. Touchdown! DK Metcalf, 36 yards. And the Panthers are closing in on a 9th victory on the year as they extend their lead. The Panther offense staying put. They'll go for 2. They'll try and run it in with Henry. And he will not make it to the goal line as his try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. No return here for Wilson. It's a touchback. It'll come out to the 25. Back out on the field now comes the New Orleans offense. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. The first play of the drive there is incomplete. Now, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Catch number 44 on the year. It's a first down.
That's good for the Saints. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Now Winston. Olave holds it in. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So from Panther territory now, it's first and 10, right at the 40. They'll throw again. Winston. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. Touchdown, Saints. Adam Troutman, 40 yards. And the Saints are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Zerline good with a PAT as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline who kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would have, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way these games are reviewed.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Rodgers now on first down. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. To throw on second and 10. Rodgers going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of times.
And Rodgers intercepted a third time. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch it and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
So here's a first and 10 now down inside the 20.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Winston now. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. And he is going to dive to the turf. Boy, a strange return there. And they're going to start with really terrible field position. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. Well, we've reached the stage where it's a mere formality at this point. They've got the comfortable lead. We know what the outcome is going to be. I guess the only question is, do they want to put more points on the board before the final gun?
Well, I certainly hope not. And I'm being selfish here because you and I have flights to catch. Let's go ahead and finish this one off, guys. You've taken care of business. Let's close it out. And you and I, let's get to the airport.
To throw again on second down. Rodgers going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Now Rodgers. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. Suddenly it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Following the interception, Winston. Olave over the middle. Touchdown! Chris Olave with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the fourth quarter after that one, CD. And he looked right off the line like he knew that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely create more confidence because he certainly saw something he could exploit the defense. They made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling in whether you want to.
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Panthers. DK Metcalf, 45 yards. And the Panthers have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the fourth. They'll try and run it in with Henry. So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
Winston now to throw on first down. A quick one here, hauled in by Kamara. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Now they got to get to the line quickly. First down, Winston. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Winston out of the backfield. That's complete to Kamara. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Able to complete this to Shenault. And he is going to have a Saints first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. Eluding, and a big loss here as he's taken down.
Holding. Offense.
Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Jameis again. He'll find Hodgins there complete. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Working with his 2nd and 4. Jameis to throw it. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Rodgers throwing here. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Henry running right. And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for them.
And from their own end zone, it's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Of course, the game can't end with a defensive penalty, so they'll get one more crack.
So now you get an untimed play, which should be the last one, unless it happens again and there's another defensive penalty.
And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Well, sometimes when you try to defend OBJ, you're going to get a PI call.
You might get a PI called at just about any point during his route. And I think a lot of teams have taken the whole philosophy of, hey, just go ahead and do what you have to do and hope eventually they'll quit calling it. But not in this case. They dropped the flag for the pass interference.
Rodgers looking to throw. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full